So for this problem, we need to show that the magnitude of a cross b squared equals the magnitude of a squared plus the magnitude of b squared minus a dot b squared for any vectors a and b. So for part A, so with the identity that a cross b, the magnitude is just the magnitude of a, the magnitude of b, and it's sine theta. So because it's squared, we're going to do the same, only we're going to square the results. From trig identities, we can say that sine squared theta is equal to 1 minus cosine squared theta. So we can go ahead and substitute that in. Distributing out, we get, we put the equal signs, we get the magnitude of a squared times the magnitude of b squared minus the magnitude of a squared minus the magnitude of b squared cosine squared theta. Now you should be familiar with the identity that the magnitude of a squared, the magnitude of a times the magnitude of b times cosine theta is just the dot product between a and b. So then we can simplify once again and get magnitude of a squared, magnitude of b squared minus a dot b squared. And that's how you solve it for a. Now for part B, it says if a dot b is equal to the square root of 3 and a cross b is equal to 1, 2, 2, then we need to find the angle. Well, first let's find the magnitude of a cross b. So finding the magnitude, we end up getting 3. Now we know that a cross b squared equals the magnitude of a squared times the magnitude of b squared minus the dot product squared. We also know that to find the angle, we can take the inverse of cosine of a dot b over the magnitudes of b and a. So rearranging this first question, we can get that a squared, the magnitude, and the magnitude of b squared equals a cross b squared plus a dot b squared. So we just found what a cross b is. A cross b magnitude squared is just 3 squared, which is 9. So we can substitute that in. We were given a dot b equals 3, so we can do the square root of 3 squared, and then we can solve for that. And now the magnitude a squared times the magnitude b squared equals 12. We can square root both sides. and we end up getting the A dot B, magnitude A, magnitude B equals the square root of 3 times 2. It's 2. So now we can plug that back into our equation that we have here. So now we know what A dot B is. We know what the magnitude is equal to. We just take this and we do the inverse. And the inverse gets us theta equals 60 degrees.